Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy GZTV. Man, it is quite baffling that the Celtics lost. Yeah, there were some good basketball on tonight. We will talk about that Cavs-Celtics game. We are going to also talk Pacers-Heat. We will talk Knicks-Grizzlies, Timberwolves-Jazz, and the Clippers and Lakers, the Battle of LA to close it out. Really good night of basketball. Tomorrow should be some more pretty decent games. We obviously know that Embiid is out for the season, so it's going to kind of suck to see that not be a great matchup against the Warriors tomorrow. But let's just kind of get into it. We're going to talk Cavs Celtics. Yeah, man, Donovan Mitchell scores 41. The Cavaliers overcome a 22-point deficit to beat the Celtics by 7. Donovan Mitchell, great scoring, especially in the fourth quarter. Got to give credit where it's due, and he helps the Cavaliers rally from a 22 down, and they were literally down 25-3 to start the game. One of the craziest starts to a game I've seen the Celtics have in a while, and they stunned the Celtics in the final regular season meeting of the Eastern Conference's top teams, and now hopefully this is a matchup we see later on in the playoffs in the Eastern Conference Finals. I think that would be awesome. A stunner. Quite a performance for Donovan Mitchell. Really good game, though. Really good basketball. I mean, obviously, Donovan Mitchell just down the stretch, just getting through defenders, hitting clutch shots. Darius Garland was hitting some threes. Evan Mobley, taking advantage of mismatches, getting buckets. Everyone on this team just kind of put their hands in the pot and got it done. I mean, Evan Mobley, 17 points, 12 rebounds. He shot 40% from 3, 50% overall. You get a 20-point performance for Darius Garland. You get 41 for Donovan Mitchell while shooting 50%. So not much you can really complain about here. I mean, obviously the Celtics should have won the game. They started the game 25-3, and Jason Tatum had one of the best first halves in Boston Celtics history. He ended up with 46 points and 16 rebounds while shooting over 50% from the field, 33% from 3. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I think I'm going to make a video about the disrespect that man has gotten, because he's one of my favorite, if not my favorite player in the league right now. And the amount of shitty comments I see on social media about him is just unreal. Obviously, Jaylen Brown, great game, 37 points. He shot 67% from 3. Not having Kristaps Porzingis hurt us more than anything. We didn't have any of our guys, really. I mean, Drew Holiday, it's fine. I mean, Sam Hauser does a fine job. But not having Kristaps hurts us in a game like this. Having to go small ball, kind of having to go small ball, against freaking Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, that kills us. I'm not going to hate on Al Horford, but man, obviously we have some scoring off the bench and Peyton Pritchard usually, but Al Horford just isn't going to get it done in the starting lineup, and that's what happened. That's why we lost the game. So there you go. Getting into Pacers and Heat. Obviously, Davion Mitchell hits a big 3. Tyler Hero scores 29, and the Heat dig deep. They beat the Pacers by 5. Pretty dope to see them beat a team like the Pacers, who have been playing really good this season. Yeah, Davion Mitchell's three-pointer broke a tie with 43.8 seconds left. Obviously, Tyler Hero continues to score at a high level, having the best year of his career by far. And that's awesome. They get the victory. Duncan Robinson was hitting threes. Really good shooting night, I think, for the Heat. Really good game. I haven't heard from Terry Rozier for a while, but he was being aggressive. He was getting to the rim. That was fun to watch. Not a bad game here at all for this Heat team. Of course, they played really well. You look at the Pacers, obviously 36 points out of Pascal Siakam. It's kind of crazy because people were like, oh, he shouldn't be an all-star, but literally ever since he got named to be an all-star, he's had some really good games. 22 points out of Miles Turner, 19 points, 10 assists out of Tyrese Halliburton, who shot 60% from 3. I don't know. I don't really like Aaron Nesmith in the starting lineup. I think he's fine. He's a good basketball player. It's just, you have Obi Toppin, you have Thomas Bryant, you have TJ McConnell, you have options like that off the bench that you can kind of lean on. I don't really know. You look at the Heat, you get a 29 points out of Tyler Hero off of 30% three-point shooting, and 20 points off the bench for Duncan Robinson, who shot 67% from 3, 80% overall. So those two really getting it done, really propelling the Heat to a victory. Moving on to what other games? Knicks and Grizzlies. This was a game I was pretty hyped about, and it didn't disappoint. It was a really good game. OG Anunoby's three-pointer with 5.3 seconds remaining sends the Knicks past the Grizzlies. They win by 1. Statement win after statement win for this New York Knicks team. I mean, what can they not do? Definitely a team to look out for in the playoffs. OG Anunoby made the go-ahead three-pointer with 5.3 seconds remaining. He had a solid scoring night. I mean, obviously he's not known to be an offensive player, but he went out there, played really well. Shout out to OG Anunoby for the big shot and a really good game here. You know, obviously Jalen Brunson was hitting threes. He's going to score on all three levels of the floor as always. Miles McBride using his young athleticism to get to the rim. But yeah, man, Jalen Brunson's tough, dude. I don't know. He's just tough. He didn't have the greatest performance, but you just know. 23 points for him. I mean, 33% from three. Not a whole lot else going on. I think they just kind of worked as a cohesive unit well here, and that's what championship basketball is, you know. So just be on the lookout for the Knicks. I'm not going to say they're absolute contenders right now, but they're definitely not pretenders. So let's start with that. Looking at the Grizzlies, you get 10 points, 11 rebounds for Zach Edey off of 80% shooting. He played well. 25 points for John Morant. Not the greatest shooting splits for him, but it is what it is. 24 points, 12 rebounds for Desmond Bane as well. I just think they got to get their rookies a little more integrated. You got to give this team a couple more years before they really turn into something, because Jalen Wells is just not the greatest performance in the world. You have bench options. I mean, Brandon Clark, Santi Aldama, Luke Kennard, Vince Williams Jr. There's some solid bench players on this squad, but, you know, Jalen Wells is a rookie. I can kind of give him a break here. I think other than that, I think the Grizzlies played pretty decent here in this game. Not the greatest shooting percentages, shooting 13% from three. That's bad. That is a problem, I will say. But they still ended up overall beating the Knicks in field goal percentage, which is really saying something. As we are going to move on to the Timberwolves Jazz, not really sure how the Timberwolves lost this game. There have been some very questionable games and performances this year for the Timberwolves, but Walker Kessler's late dunk lifts the Jazz to a 1-point win over the shorthanded Timberwolves. Again, this is a Jazz team. Why are you trying to win? I don't really know. Walker Kessler had a go-ahead dunk with 9.7 seconds left to help the Utah Jazz beat the Timberwolves. 6-game losing streak in the series against the Timberwolves. They snap it, so finally the Jazz kind of break new ground. I'm sure it was probably the first time since like Gobert and Mitchell were there. And it's crazy to see Gobert on the Timberwolves. Luka Garza's been playing pretty good. You know, he's hit some tough shots. I think the Timberwolves are finally starting to see like their young potential, playing a lot of guys like Terrence Shannon Jr., Rob Dillingham. I think that's awesome. I love that they're experimenting with that. And, yeah, just a good game of basketball here. Obviously, Walker Kessler gets to the rim. Kenyon Martin Jr. is getting to the rim. This is a pretty athletic Jazz team. Now, obviously, I don't think it's going to lead to much. They're going to have to go back to the drawing board on a lot of things. But not bad. Obviously, Naz Reid was getting to the rim. Naz Reid clutched up for my fantasy despite a loss. 27 points, 11 rebounds, shooting 40% from three. Fantastic. Shout out to Naz Reid. 20 points and 10 rebounds as well for Jaden McDaniels. He shot 33% from three. And obviously, you can't really blame Donovan Mitchell for being out here. Again, I just don't like Mike Conley being a starter. I don't know how many times I need to say it. I really hope someone that's works for the Timberwolves can see this goddamn video. I mean, you have Luka Garza, Dante DiVincenzo, Rob Dillingham, Jalen Clark, all these guys on the fucking bench, and you're starting Mike Conley. For Christ's sakes, let it go. The guy is, 36, 37? Why is he starting? Let him be a vet that comes off the bench. I have the same problem with the Magic and KCP. Like, it's fine to have a veteran on the squad. That doesn't mean they start. You know what I mean? So, I don't really know. You look at the Jazz, 29 points, 12 rebounds for John Collins, 50% three-point shooting, 67% overall shooting. He's a very underrated player. Now, obviously, he's on a bad team, and it's very meaningless what he does. But, 11 points, 14 assists for Isaiah Collier, shooting 50%, 11 points, 13 rebounds for Kyle Filipowski off the bench. He shot 50%, so the young guys kind of pitching in and getting the victory for the Jazz. You move on to the game that everyone's probably going to talk about from today. We have the Clippers and the Lakers game. Luka Doncic scores 31 on his birthday, and the Lakers beat the Clippers by 4. This is 5 straight wins for them, and I think they are, 15-3, I think, since, mid-January. It's looking pretty awesome for them. Great scoring for Luka Doncic. Happy 26th birthday to him. I mean, people were complaining going out of the trade deadline how these two would complement each other's game, and man, they're doing a good damn job. Luka hasn't pulled his weight in certain games, but guess what? He did tonight, and when he doesn't, LeBron's pulling his weight. So that's what they have here. LeBron James, amazing scoring, amazing rebounding. That guy is fucking him. He is him. He is damn near, he probably is top 10 in the league, like, not even joking. 5 straight victories. Happy birthday, Luka. Huge runs for the Lakers throughout the game, and Luka was a big part of that. Obviously, Austin Reeves is a shot maker. Yeah, Luka Doncic, so tough. The slow steps, his pacing on offense, just watching him play is incredible. LeBron, when LeBron heats up, man, he heats up. He goes. I mean, it's amazing to watch. You look at the Clippers, though, at 21 points for Kawhi Leonard. Monster performance for Ivica Zubac, despite a loss. 27 points, 16 rebounds. I'm not really sure why Derrick Jones Jr. is starting for this team. I mean, they really don't have much off the bench right now. I don't know. Maybe try to give some guys that don't play, like Drew Eubanks, a damn chance. I don't know. Just a thought. I don't think Derrick Jones Jr. is worthy of a starting spot on this team. Maybe give Ben Simmons more minutes, see what he can do. Same with Bogdanovich, Batum, who knows. But looking at the Lakers, 28 points, 13 rebounds for LeBron James, 31 points for Luka Doncic, who shot 33% from 3. And that is going to do it for today's basketball. Looking ahead at tomorrow's games, Kings and Rockets should be a pretty fun game. Other than that, I mean, I guess the Bucks and Mavericks are playing tomorrow, so that'll be fun. Shouldn't be the greatest slate. It's obviously not going to be a slate like tonight, but I think that's going to do it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm starting to edit my Squid Game video. I have like 10 minutes of that video already left. It's kind of relieving to get to work on a more casually edited video than these NBA talks. Although I enjoy making those, don't worry. We're going to get into some Squid Game stuff, kind of take a break from that, and then we'll probably make a Jason Tatum video. I feel pretty prideful about that. Sorry for the movie review, guys, the movie review community. I haven't been covering that too much. I've been trying to reach out to the NBA stuff. Been very interested in that recently, and we're in the prime of the damn season. We're gearing up for postseason, so